In What Remains of Edith Finch, Molly's story is magical and imaginative and fantastic, and maybe more of a lie than you even realize. I am Kate, and today I'm going to be talking about What Remains of Edith Finch, and in particular, Molly's story. Now, if you haven't played What Remains of Edith Finch, I highly recommend that you stop and go play it right now, or you can watch my playthrough right here on the channel. And while you're here, don't forget to like and subscribe. I like to play games and talk about games, and if you like those things, you might like it here. In What Remains of Edith Finch, you play as Edith, exploring her old family home, and in the process sort of exploring the stories and how the past several generations of her family have passed away. A lot of these stories are told in very clever and imaginative ways. One of the ones that's more loosely based on reality is the first one you encounter, Molly's story. In it, Molly eats a lot of strange things and then becomes a cat, an owl, a shark, a giant squid monster, and then herself again. And it definitely could be something that a child hallucinated on the last night of their life. However, there is some evidence to suggest that Molly did not create this story at all. I want to give credit to Reddit user Threads212 for inspiring this, because they're the one that pointed out the first clue that this is not written by Molly. Each story in What Remains of Edith Finch is based on a letter or a comic or some sort of thing that is depicting the moment or describing the moments before the person passed away. Molly's story seems to be based off of a journal entry that she wrote the night that she died. However, there is something interesting in what she says.
I ate a lot of things that night.
She says, I ate a lot of things that night. She didn't say, I ate a lot of things tonight, which is what you would say when you were talking about the same night. And as we know, this has to be the same night because otherwise she wasn't alive when this was written. This suggests that someone else wrote the story. And who would write such a story? Edie. Grandma Edie was Molly's mom, and this was one of the first impacts on their family, the second tragedy to befall Edie, and probably something that hit her really hard. Relatedly, Edith speculates that Edie spent a lot of time in Molly's room.
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here before my mom sealed the doors.
This would give her an opportunity and a reason to want to write out this story. Another interesting thing that suggests that Molly didn't write this story is Barbara's story. Now, I know it should be taken with a grain of salt because Barbara's story is based on a comic, and so there is a lot that's fictionalized in it, but the layout of their house is surprisingly accurate, except there is something missing in Molly's room. The notebook where she wrote the story isn't to be found, and the drawing on her chalkboard that happens to relate to the story is nowhere to be found. And Barbara's story takes place after Molly dies, so this suggests that these things possibly appeared after she had passed away. And who had that opportunity? Who had the means? Edie. But now the question is, why would Edie write out this thing? Why would Edie write out this story? Well, to me, the answer is pretty obvious. I think she was trying to give Molly a happier ending than whatever happened on her actual last night of life. Molly loved animals. There's a lot of animals in her room. She often wore cat ears. She loved animals. And maybe in life, she often pretended to be animals, wanted to be animals, and this was a way to say that she finally got that happy ending. She finally got what she wanted before she moved on. This is a way for Edie to make herself be able to be okay with the fact that she has lost her first child. So what do you think? Am I completely off the mark? Is there more evidence to suggest that Molly didn't write that story and Edie did? Is there another reason Edie might have made that story? Let me know in the comments, let me know what you think, and don't forget to like and subscribe while you're here, and I will see you next time. Bye!